If you're wildly successful in e-commerce, you are going to have a cash flow crunch because as a business grows, the money gets trapped inside the business. So to fix that, I'm going to show you how to find where the money's getting trapped and how you can think through the next move to get it out and how much money will come back to you before you take that move, and give you all the tools to do it yourself. To do this, I am going to audit company Bella Bell, which does luxury bridal footwear with the sweetest promise ever, the prettiest 12-hour shoe. You can dance for 12 hours straight without your feet hurting. You want to click on this calculator. You can download it below, and you only need 4 numbers: your top line revenue, how much you spend on inventory, how much you spend on marketing, and all the other costs. Put them in that bucket, because what we're just trying to do is see where the leak is. Since this is a public brand and I don't have their information, I built a calculator to estimate their top line. I think it's about 4 million. I checked the ads library. They're not heavy on ads. Most of their marketing is coming from this gorgeous Instagram with over 800,000 followers. So I think they got their marketing pretty dialed. Then I take a peek at their inventory. These are luxury designer shoes. They are custom made. They have lots of embellishments. And apparel or shoes, the SKUs naturally explode very fast because one style could come in 11 sizes if you do half sizes, and every factory has a minimum. So even if the minimum is 20 shoes per size, one order could be 220 shoes, which is about 20 grand. That's crazy. And when you have this many shoes, 7 pages of them, it can start to explode. So you put your numbers in the calculator and then you hit calculate. And then you look for the leak. The leak is here and it's squeezing their margins. It's in inventory. So yours might be marketing or fixed costs, but this is how I go about it. I go and look at where the leak is, and I ask myself, why? What's happening? Not how to fix it, just why is this cost so high? So here it's pretty easy to see. I have tons and tons and tons of styles. Even these gorgeous ones with great reviews are getting discounted because I have so many styles. This is doing a couple of things. It does create indecision in the buyer's mind because they're trying to choose between all these beautiful things. And you have to start discounting because the money is trapped in inventory. But for a premium brand like Bella Bell, that is an issue. You don't see Prada discounting. You don't see Chanel discounting. It erodes the brand value. So once you see the problem, you just go imagination station. What could be the fix? And I like to look at other brands that have been successful, like Chanel. Chanel has invented itself so many times. If I use that Chanel premium positioning on Bella Bell, I would have a more curated list of shoes. So I would profile my top 20 to 30 bestsellers. And then I would remove everything else from the website and put it in the vault. You can bring it back strategically. I can go into more detail in another video on that, but I don't want to get distracted. There's a lot of things to do with the shoes in the vault. Then this naturally elevates my position. I don't want to see any discounts on my sites. Also, the prices, whether it's $335 or $345, it's not a big difference in the eye of the customer. So I would raise all the bestsellers by $20. This is going to be huge. That's a tiny, tiny increase. Somebody who is already going to buy is not going to not buy because it's now $20 more. This gives me much needed cash. I need this cash to do my next move. My next move is, let's pretend we're a bride. We've fallen in love with this brand. We have stocked them for the year prior to our wedding. We have worn the most beautiful shoes on our wedding day. Their promise did deliver. They were the most comfortable shoes that I ever wore. But guess what? I can't buy them anymore because they only have bridal colors. Now, I know that their clients have been asking for colors and they have started dabbling there. And the issue probably is this inventory massive SKU expansion. But instead of just positioned as non-bridal shoes, I would position them as the honeymoon and beyond. That 12-hour shoe that you take with you to all your most memorable events. This allows the client to come back and purchase navy, black, white, red. Do it in a very limited color wheel, only on the best sellers. This would increase the volume because right now they have one purchase and most of their clients, I'm guessing, are done. 70% probably don't come back. That's heavy lifting after you've done all that marketing. Let's just say with the color expansion, conservatively in 1 year, they could increase volume by 10%. Maybe they inspire the bride to buy a pair for her honeymoon. So buying 2 pairs instead of 1. Veronica has stated several times that the customer experience is her pleasure, making it better and better. And the number one complaint about these shoes is sizing. They look at them online, purchase, it doesn't fit. Even with all these sizing suggestions on the website, which are very detailed. But this creates a whole host of negative events like frustration from the bride, sending them back, and then leading to 1-star reviews. These 1-star reviews are killing the premium position. Bella Bell has a 4.5 rating, which is very good, but we really need to take it up to 4.7, 4.8, so this bride feels no hesitation in buying. We can do that by sending out a sizing guide where they old-fashioned just measure their foot and with all the details on the sizing guide. It won't do it perfectly, but it would dramatically improve this problem for less than $2 per bride. Plus, you now have their shipping address and their name and their email, so you can market to them directly. So this alone, in my opinion, would increase brand position, increase more purchases. So I'm saying we could push up the volume with these 2 things. Also, now we have a curated list of shoes of the top sellers. And so we don't need to manufacture as many shoes. This allows us to order larger quantities, reducing our price. And when we introduce a new collection per year, my recommendation is to shrink it a bit because the styles are already performing so amazingly. Don't add more choice to put friction in the bride's head. So this reduction in inventory days, even if they just move inventory 5 days faster, we're over at $500,000 in fixes for the year, almost doubling their profit margin.